going to start by taking a look back, instead of at note sheet 1, at our vocabulary chart. I know the words on the left are kind of hard to see. That's my bad. Okay, good. So our first term for this unit is transformation. As you can see from the table of contents, it's kind of what this unit is all about, transformations. Can I get a volunteer to read out what a transformation is? Darius, go for it. Perfect. I hear a little bit of talking. Let's make sure we're focused on this, please. Transformation is a function that changes the position, orientation, or size of a figure. Now, a figure could be a point. I'm going to write this in here. Could be a point or a shape. We're going to start out each of these lessons, we're going to start out talking about points. Understand that first, and then we'll work our way towards a shape, because a shape is just multiple points at once. Like we saw on our warm-up. 3 individual points that together form a shape, which was a triangle. Thank you, Darius. The second term on here is a pre-image. Can I have someone read the definition, Ida, of pre-image for me? Go ahead. All right. The input of a transformation, we talked about functions, right? There's an input and an output. A pre-image is the input of a transformation, where the figure is originally located on a coordinate plane. Thank you, Ida. Tina, you got image for me? Perfect. An image is the output of a transformation. So we start with a pre-image, and we end with an image. It's where the figure ends up after we transform it. All right, so if I have a triangle on a coordinate plane, that's the pre-image. If we move that triangle or flip that triangle around or rotate that triangle, the result is an image. It might not make a whole lot of sense now, but it will once we go through it. Thank you, Tina. Can someone read out what prime notation is? Osase, go for it. Perfect. And what you're going to see is this A with a little apostrophe, right? We read that as A prime. Everybody say A prime. A prime. One more time, A prime. A prime. Perfect. So don't say A thingy or A apostrophe. If we see something like this, it is A prime. And that little apostrophe denotes that we've transformed point A one time. All right? Prime notation. Again, we'll go more in depth as these come up, but just to get a little primer, I want us to read through them. Anyone got congruent for me? What's congruent? Jackson? Perfect. Give me a thumbs up if you've heard the term congruent before. 3 people have heard of, 4, 5, 6 people have heard of congruent. 7, just 7 people. Interesting. I could have swore you guys learned what congruent means in elementary school, but maybe I was wrong. Congruent just means same exact shape, same exact size, right? If I have a white 2018 Toyota Camry and you have a, green 2018 Toyota Camry, they are the same exact shape and the same exact size, even if they're different colors, right? That might be a bad example. What's another example? Oh, take a look at the back of the classroom. All these pennants here with the M's and the W's, right?
Oh, yeah.
All those pennants, even though they technically look different, right, are congruent. They're the same exact shape, same exact size. All 5 of these paintings, they look different, but they're congruent. Same shape, same size, right? They're all rectangles with the same dimensions. Now, one of those pennants and one of those paintings, those are not congruent. Different shapes, triangle, rectangle, different sizes, right? So those aren't congruent. And the last term, someone wants to help me out by reading translation. Devin, go for it.
Transformation, that flips a figure across the line.
Let's read translation, sorry. I don't know what I said, but translation is what we're reading. Perfect. A transformation that slides a figure along a straight line. So translation is what we're going to be focusing on today, also called a slide. All right? So let's get into it. Where have we heard this term translation before? Does that sound familiar? Not even in math. What does it mean to translate something? Interpret it. That's a great synonym. What else? If I'm translating a paragraph, what does that mean? What am I doing? Making it easier to understand. Okay, yes. For a certain, what if I said I was translating it into Spanish? What does that mean? I'm changing all the words from English to Spanish. Am I changing what the words say? No, I'm just translating it from one language to another. So when we're translating a point, we're just moving that point from one place to another. We're not changing the point at all. Once we get to shapes, we're not changing the size or the shape of the shape, I guess, or the figure. We're just moving it. That's all we're doing. That's what a translation is. So let's start out by translating a point. We see here, much like our warm-up, we've got a point labeled A on the graph. That point A is our pre-image, also known as our starting point. What are the coordinates of this pre-image point? -3, comma what? 2. We take a look down at the x-axis, we're at -3. Take a look at the y-axis, we're at +2. X comma y is -3 comma 2. Perfect. We know where our starting point is. Darius, face forward real quick. What we're going to do now with this pre-image is graph the image of point A after a translation of 3 units right and 5 units down. So it's kind of like when we did slope, except we're not drawing a line. We're just moving the point. We're going to go 3 units right, 3 units right, and then we're going to go 5 units down. So from this point A, we're going to count 3 units to the right, 1, 2, 3 units to the right, and then we're going to go 5 units down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units down. Where's my black pen? Whatever. And we draw our new image point right there. What are the coordinates of this point now? 0, 3. 0, -3, good. Right? 0 spaces on the x and y. 3 spaces down, -3. And we're going to label this point A prime. Just like that. A with a little apostrophe on the top right, kind of like an exponent almost. And we call that A prime. That's how you do a translation. Pretty simple, right? We're just moving the point, the direction and units that the question tells us to. We started A, we went 3 units right, boom. We went 5 units down, boom. There's our new point, A prime. Now back in unit 3 and 4, we would draw a line between A and A prime. We're not going to do that here, because all we're doing is sliding this point from A to, in this case, A prime. I'm going to take a moment there so you can kind of see what we did and understand that. Is there any questions I could answer about what we did? Yeah. It will be given to you, just like it was here with A right there. It'll tell you, translate it, blank units right or left, and blank units up or down. You just got to count in the right direction the right number of times, And what you're drawing is that image point.
So the pattern should be -3 and 2.
Right here?
Yeah.
Oh, we just figured out the coordinates of the point that it was given. So we saw A here. We notice it's at -3 on the X, +2 on the Y. Those are the coordinates for my pre-image. Yeah, great questions. Great questions. All right. Let's take it one step further and translate an entire line. So this line, BC, as we can see, it's more of a line segment, really. Because a line would go on forever, but this line stops at those 2 points there. So see how we're given points B and C, and we're asked to find the coordinates of those 2 points. We just got to use our eyes and look. What are the coordinates for B? Here's B right here. What would those coordinates be? 2, 0. Good. We honestly don't have time to review how to do that. That should be, we should have that down by now. What are the coordinates for point C? 4, -3. If you have questions on how we're getting those numbers, let me know one-on-one once we get to worksheet 45, and I can help you out. But like I said, can't be going through that right now. So there's our pre-image line segment from B to C. We're going to graph the image of line BC after a translation of 4 units left and 2 units up. 4 units to the left, 2 units up. I'm just going to go point by point. 4 units left, I'm going to do in red. 2 units up, I'm going to do in blue. And I'm going to start with point B. From point B, I'm going to go 4 to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 2 units up. 1, 2. Boom. There's my translated point. What can we label this point as? A? Not quite. We started out as B. What's it going to be now? It's going to be B prime. There you go. It's going to take us a while. It's all right. We're starting out with something new, so it's a little weird. We started out at B. We ended up at B prime. Now let's start at point C. We're going to follow the same pattern. 4 units left, 2 units up. From point C, 1, 2, 3, 4 units left. 1, 2 units up. Draw our new point. What can we call this point here? C prime. Okay, I'm going to take a step back. Hold on. It's fine.
Yes, yes.
We're following what it says. 4 units to the left, 2 units up. For both points, what we're going to do now is connect B prime and C prime. And this line, this translated image, is called B prime C prime. B prime C prime. If this line is BC, then this line is B prime C prime. It's kind of weird, right? But notice how the line looks exactly the same. What has changed about this line? What has the length of the line changed?
Yeah,
Has the length of the line changed at all?
yeah.
The length hasn't changed at all. If I were to take a ruler, this line BC is 1.5 centimeters. B prime C prime is also 1.5 centimeters. So we didn't change the length of the line. Did we change the angle of the line? No. What did we change? Or did you have a question? Oh yeah, what's up? Yes. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot about the coordinates. Yeah, B prime's coordinates right up here. -2, +2. What about C prime's coordinates? C prime right here is at 0, -1. C was at 4, -3, but C prime right here is at 0, -1. So we didn't change the length of the line. We didn't change the angle or the slope of that line. So what did we change? Don't think too hard. What is it, Osase? The location. We changed where that line is at in this space. If we look back at our vocabulary chart, a transformation changes the position, orientation, or size. Right now what we're doing is changing the position. Where is that line located on this graph? Okay? Like we also said, with the translation, it's the transformation that slides a figure along a straight line. Darius. All we did was take this line BC, and you can kind of see us sliding it up to the left without tilting it or flipping it or doing anything like that. All we're doing is sliding it over. That's all we're doing. All right? Take a moment to digest that. Think of any questions that you have, because I know there's going to be questions with this work, which is what I want. And then we'll get note sheet number 2. So right after note sheet number 1, you guys are going to glue in note sheet number 2. And we'll go through that one together as well. When we're done with those.
It looks like it is.
Yeah. Go ahead.
It's supposed to be my retro. Why you keep it like that?
Yeah. Oh, my bad. Anybody not get number 2? Note sheet number 2? Yep. All right, give me a thumbs up. You got this glued in, ready to go. Nobody's got it glued in. Oh, 4 people have it glued in. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. The last step of this, we translated a point, we translated a line. Now let's translate a whole figure or a shape. Okay. We got a triangle here. The We call it triangle DEF because the 3 points that make up this triangle are points D, point E, and point F. Who could tell me real quick what are the coordinates for point D? Darius, what are the coordinates for point D? -4, comma what? -2. Good. Who's got E for me? Devin? -2, +2. Perfect. What about F, Osase? Osase, what is it? -1, comma what? Positive or negative? Negative, that's right. -1, comma, -1. So those are 3 points. Now we're not really doing anything with the coordinates just now, but tomorrow we will. So it's good for us to remember how to find those. So triangle DEF is our pre-image or starting point. We're now going to graph the image or end point of our triangle DEF's journey after a translation of 4 units to the right and 4 units up. So we're going to take this triangle point by point, 4 units to the right and 4 units up. I'm going to start down here with point D. And again, I'm just counting 4 to the right and 4 up. From D, 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4 up, and making my point, calling it D prime. What are my coordinates for D prime here? 0, 2. Right? X comes before Y. We're 2 spaces up on the Y, none on the X. Then I'm going to go to point F. No, sorry, point E is next. 4 units to the right, 4 units up. Am I going to run out of space? I am going to run out of space. Great. 4 units to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4 units to the right, 4 units up, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just go off the graph a little bit to make E prime. E prime is at 2, 6. I know you can't see it, but it's up at 6. It's my bad, I gotta fix that. There, I've extended my graph just a little bit. And finally, we're going to go to point F. 4 units to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 units up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom, there's my last point. I'm calling it F prime at 3, 3. And then I connect all 3 of those points back up. And I've got my image triangle that we call what? What do we call this triangle? What is it? It's the image, but what's the name of this triangle? If our pre-image is DEF, what's this triangle called? DEF prime would be the easy way to say it, but it's called D prime, E prime, F prime. We got to say prime after every letter. It's a good thing these tests aren't oral and they're just written. D prime, E prime, F prime is this new triangle. DEF is the pre-image. D prime, E prime, F prime is the image. Just wait till we get into squares. It'll be D prime, E prime, F prime, G prime. Have fun. Does a triangle look like it's the same exact size as our original triangle?
Yeah.
Yes, it does. Is it the same exact shape as that original triangle? Yes, it is. What did we change about this triangle?
The location.
The location. That's it. We didn't change the orientation, right? Which way it's turned or flipped around. We didn't change the size, make it smaller, make it larger. All we did was take the triangle and move it across the graph. All right? All right. We've got a little bit of a vocabulary review down here at the bottom. So go ahead and flip over to your vocab chart for me real quick. Any one of those words could be the answer here. I'll take a quiet hand to help me fill in these blanks for a rich ticket. To start us off, triangle DEF is the blank of triangle D prime, E prime, F prime in the transformation above. Hope, what is this one? Pre-image, that's right. Triangle DEF is the pre-image of triangle D prime, E prime, F prime in the transformation above, which is called a blank because of the way the figure slides along the coordinate plane. Ida, what's this one? Translation, exactly. Translation, also known as a slide, only changes the position of our pre-image. That's right. In a straight line, of course. Now, because both triangles have exactly the same size, we can conclude that these two triangles are what, Tina? Congruent, exactly. Same size, same shape, they're congruent. Triangle D prime, E prime, F prime is written in blank. It's a little bit tricky. Think about it. Look at the word list. It's written in blank. Osase? Exactly. Prime notation. We've noted or notated that each of our points is a prime point, which means we know that this triangle is the blank of triangle DEF. Tina, go for it. The image, exactly. The image. Tina, did you answer 2 of those? Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, there's 5 words and only 4 things. Okay, great. Any questions I can answer about any of that? Perfect. Perfect. Darius, can you do me a quick favor and pass this out? Thank you.